Ahoy. Ahoy. I really should stop making just before stream my toilet time. But it's my body clock now. It's used to it. It's like time for stream. Oh, guess I gotta go to the toilet. I don't know, I just get nervous. Do you guys need to go to the toilet whenever I get nervous? I don't know, whatever. I mean, girls don't go to the toilet. That's like gross or whatever, right? Hi. Actually, I'm gonna make you guys bigger. Oi! How we doing? How we doing? Yeah, to prepare for the long trip ahead. Ahoy! Welcome to my book club Notion page that I have meticulously look at how I did this all by myself, by the way. I love Notion. Notion, please sponsor me. Notion, please sponsor me. I have the way that I have meticulously organized this page. Let me know if y'all want the template, because the way I cooked on this Notion page. I'm so proud of maybe a few things in my life. And the way that I organize my books is one of them. Ahoy, I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome aboard. If you're new here, ahoy, my name is Captain Cersea Soulstorm. I like books. And I was sad. And you know what doesn't make me sad? Escapism. And if that isn't a worthwhile kind of way to cope with the harsh realities of life, then I don't know what else to do. I don't know. And you have a cool hat. You know what? Fuck yeah, I do. Thank you very much. So, welcome to my little Notion book page. If you are familiar, we do have a book club, which you can join through the Patreon. We were actually in the process of me reading a book together before the memberships were unceremoniously destroyed. Oh, this is my Gretzko banner. It's her with the pile of book. Oh, you can't see. Actually, can I show you this? I'm not sure if I can show. Oh, I can show you this here. This is my like work page. Here, I'll show you. I'm such a like anal bitch when it comes to organizing my work and everything, but look at this. Everything has a little Gretzko, like, see, work notes. Wait, can you see my thing? Wait, I'm gonna turn it on so you can see. Capture cursor. Oh yeah, here. You look at my work notes, because I'm shworking. The debut, me sweating, content ideas, me going online, brainstorms, it's me, research, a book club. This is book club. Welcome to book club. Welcome to book club. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, honestly, I was feeling really sad and down, and I was like, you know what? I still want to spend time with the Skellies, but like without the pretense of having to do the whole streamer thing and put on like because I feel like when I do conceptual streams, it's a lot more preparation and a lot more, I don't know, there's a lot more prep, there's a lot more energy that kind of goes into putting on, you know, putting on the whole streamer thing. But I just kind of wanted to hang out and talk to y'all because I missed streaming. I've been doing work in the background, but I think it's just been rough. So thank you for understanding and hanging out with me and holding on. I just kind of want to talk. I just kind of wanted to talk and hang out with everyone today, if that's okay. But yeah, no YouTube membership. Have you added YouTube on Twitter today? Have you done your daily at YouTube on twitter.com? Yeah, it is what it is. It's okay, guys. We're going. We're schmoving, we're going. Okay. So, oh wait, actually, I did have something to show you guys. Oh, I'm gonna post it now, actually. Give me a second. I'll post it now. 3 view reference sheet, baby. I have the reference sheet and I really wanted to share it with y'all. Here. Here. Image. Ref sheet. Here we go, with hat. Oh my god, that's fucking huge. Look at that! This is my official 3V ref sheet. You'll notice that she's very blessed. Yeah. Oh, a few details. Where's my skelly hand? Do I have a skelly hand here today? Skeleton. I do have a skeleton hand. Hell yeah. You'll notice, okay, a few things to notice. So, you'll notice that cool details. The back is open. The back is open for the shirt and the design, and you can see you could see the little scar from when she was betrayed by her best friend. Yeah, my lover, my roommate, obviously my roommate, right? Yeah, when I asked for this, they were like, any notes? And I shit you not, I quote, and I said, quote, hello, my only request is to make me have the fattest ass in Idol Corp TY. TY. I need to like, what do you call it? I need to censor out like the names of my manager and stuff, but that was my only request. Thank you at Idol Design Team. You cook every single time. But yeah, this is the official 3-view reference sheet. We don't call a pirate booty for nothing. Best gat. Yeah, I hope you guys appreciate. Have fun with this. Have fun with fan art, commissioning stuff. There you go, guys. There you go. We've been waiting for. I know a lot of people have been like, why don't you have like a 3-view? And I'm like, please wait, please. I'm in the queue. And I love that the back of her shoes as well is like the ghostly green color, kind of like she leaves little ghostly footprints and stuff. Now for a big question: pan or no pan? Pan? Pan or no pan? Wait, what does that mean? Pan? Like bread? Pan? Am I missing something? Am I missing an innuendo? I feel like I'm missing something. Pantsu? Oh, pantsu. Why didn't you just write pantsu? Why didn't you just write underwear like a normal pit? What? Why'd you write pan? I was like, pans? I'm like, I think I prefer a pot. Like, what the fuck do you want me to say? Like, sorry, unfortunately, you don't get a sneak peek on that. Maybe next time, babes. Maybe next time. I'm wearing shorts. They're booty shorts, but have you guys ever tried to go commando in like a pair of shorts like this? It's kind of incredibly uncomfortable. Yeah, I thought it was like a cake pun because of the whole booty situation, but I guess, yeah, damn. Yeah, you want more? That's insane. What more could I give you? Is this not the whole bakery? Are you not satisfied? God damn. Can't win anything these days. But yeah, I posted it on Twitter if you would like to check that out. Save it for your personal pleasure and such. So, that's there. Now, on to the rest of our buffoonery. But that's, this 3-view ref sheet is specifically in prep for the 3D model. So I'm very, very excited. Oh yeah, I should ask for short hair too. I wonder if that's possible, because I know that obviously like they have to concentrate on doing certain other things like first, like getting the main model down before like I ask for all the bells and whistles and such. So I'll have a look and stuff, but and I'll check with them. But yeah, that's a really good idea. I should have asked for that actually. 3D model, will there be MMD release? I'm not actually sure. Do you guys know if the V4 girls release MMDs? I'm actually not sure about the I don't really know anything about 3D, to be honest. It just makes me excited because I want to do silly little dances with y'all. Oh, they do? Okay, I guess yes then, because we're under the same. And you guys can make me do little dances. Release MMDs a few months after they get it. Ah, yeah. Yeah, we'll all get 3D models. Because Wildfire debuted last, obviously we will be the last to get 3D models. Because, you know, we have to respect seniority here. You know, I've only been here for like...
Celebrating every day at 6 o'clock PST. Happy to see you back, laughing face.
Yay! Thank you, Triple L. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna pop this over my head. Yippee! Caramel dancing. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, they're actually working really hard on the 3D models in the background. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited. I remember watching the most recent V4 concert and just thinking like, this is incredible. Like this is the dream. Like this is absolutely, I don't know, I just watching it and feeling so happy and proud of them, knowing how much work they put in to training for it, watching all their like training for my idol arc, them running on treadmills and stuff. Like I don't know, like my heart just felt so full. Like it just feels, I don't know, just my heart I just love supporting the girls and then love uplifting everyone and seeing everyone succeed. So it just brings my heart. It just makes my heart so full, you know? Yeah, it was really cute. Go check it out. Is it still available? I'm not sure. I watched it live because I'm big V4 stan. Okay, well, that is it for our little update. Have you seen MMD videos? Like Hatsune Miku ones. I like Hatsune Miku ones. I'm not sure if I've seen any of the ones you guys have seen. So, this is my little format for my book club, and all the books that I read, I kind of put through here. So I kind of separate it into like read. There is a YouTube creator that I really, really enjoy. Actually, I'm going to share her with y'all. Give me a sec. Her name is Lexi, and I really, really fuck with her. I don't know. I just really, really fuck with her humor, the way that she talks. Her name is called Lexi Newly Nova, and she's just like, I just relate so much to her on an emotional level, and she just does such great like analyses and reviews of books, and I love her like dry humor, and it just, I don't know, I just really love her. I just really love her, and it makes me want to do that type of content as well. Like I just want to share the Agretzko in every single folder. That's just, it's me. Agretzko is so me because I relate so heavily to her working, or when I used to work in a corporate environment, I was like, wow, this girl is me. Me going into the bathroom during my break to cry and like scream silently. But you know, that's different now. Now I cry and scream in my own home, which is a significant improvement. Which is a significant improvement, and I'm not complaining. Yeah, but if you want to check out her name, her @ is Neely Nova, and I really, really fuck with her content, and I take a lot of her reviews. I think it's so rare to watch people online or have people have the same taste as you, where you'll read a book that they recommend and it's good. Newly Nova @ you know what? I'll just type it in chat. You know what? I'll just send it in chat. Here you go. Here we go. I think it's just so rare to have someone recommend a book, like and their taste is like, you know it'll be a good book. You know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta find a reviewer that has the same taste as you do. And almost all the books that she's recommended that I've read have been slaps. Like all the 5-star ones that she's recommended, I've loved almost every single one of them. But yeah, I think it's so hard. That's why, like, when you meet someone that you can connect with like that, even, this is so fucking parasocial, but on like a fucking level like that, where like, you know, you guys are in the same fucking mindset, you know, we're cooking on the same stove here. You gotta keep that shit. I have a page like notifications on. But yeah, okay. So, as a disclaimer, I read mostly.
All your hard work, and we will always love and support you.
Oh, thank you so much, Leafy. I appreciate that. I love you guys so much. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for the support, and thank you for the donate, Leafy. I really appreciate it. As I was saying, did she give the 2 levels of books? High tier God book and high tier fun book. Yeah. I highly, so okay, to kind of she's so pirate social for us. Just to set the record straight. I rate books. I rate almost all media that I consume based on enjoyment. All right? I'm not here as a critic. I would never call myself a cinephile or whatever the fuck it's called. I'm just a movie enjoyer and a book enjoyer. All right? And so, like, please take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm just here for a good time. All right? I'm here as a hobby, like as just for a good time. Sorry, it might bibliophile. Sorry, I was gonna say bookphile, and I'm like, it sounds wrong. I'm not a bibliophile. I'm not a cinephile. I just like books, and I like movies, and I like what I like. A grain of sea salt? Look, yeah, aren't we all? But some people aren't, you know. So obviously take my opinions with a grain of salt. It is my opinion at the end of the day. I'm not a critic, you know. Sometimes books are stupid, and I like them just because I like them. You know, just because the vibe was there. So, that being said, I tend to gravitate towards fantasy, typically high fantasy, and sci-fi. Those are my, like, 2 favorite genres, I would say. So if you want to recommend a book in the comments or anything like that, if you're interested in the book club, we will be reading a lot of fantasy and sci-fi because 1, it's my book club, and 2nd of all, I love that shit. I don't know, it just, I don't know, it feels something deep within me. It's probably the escapism. It's probably the escapism complex, you know? What better way to escape the perils and the disappointment of the real world than by going into another one? Okay, so if you do have any recommendations for your favorite sci-fi, your favorite fantasy, please pop them in the comment section down below because I do read them and I do add them to my list and stuff like that. I used to have a Goodreads account, but I got really nervous about people reading my public fucking opinions on books and then being like, this bitch has like shit opinions. So now I have my own little Notion page where it's just for me. This is just for my record keeping because I have to record keep everything in my life. Otherwise it falls apart. That's just who I am as a person. So I have read, I've read more books than this, obviously, but I only recently just got back into reading. So this is a very long introduction, very long fucking side quest, whatever. But I only recently got back into reading, maybe this year, as a way to escape from the debut prep hell. So I used to read a lot as a kid, and I think a lot of people can kind of relate to this, where you read a lot as a kid and then they force you to read for school, or they don't make reading enjoyable, learning isn't fun anymore, blah, 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 and then you don't like reading anymore. Or you get so caught up in the day-to-day life of being an adult, working, responsibilities, and then you don't have time, or you don't make time for yourself anymore. So I'm trying my best to make time for myself in ways that aren't connected to my work. And look, obviously it didn't work because I'm talking about it at work here today, and I've made a book club and, you know, but in terms of like setting aside time for myself each day that is just for enjoyment. And that for me is like, that was a huge fucking step. Okay, that was a huge step for me to like do something that like wasn't work. But now I try every single day to set aside some time just to do shit that I enjoy, just to read. You know, I always read before bed. That's why, oh, I actually got my new ebook, and so thank you so much, guys, for your kindness and your support. I reread Circe on my phone because I needed it. Sometimes you just go back to comfort books when you're feeling shitty, you know? And I was reading on my phone and I'm like, this sucks. I can't believe I used to read like this in the dark on my phone, like some sort of hermit, like Harry Potter under the covers, learning fucking magic and shit. Like, it was just ridiculous. But thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I haven't told you guys, but I read all of your letters and stuff from the meet and greet, and I really appreciate you guys and your support. And I just, it truly warms my heart. I love reading so much. So it was, I don't know, it really means a lot. So like now every time I read, I'm like, oh my God, my little Skellywags got me this, you know? But yeah, it was really bad for my eyes. it's really bad for your eyes. So if you haven't tried reading or getting like a dedicated ebook.
After high school, but having a job stopped me from reading. Lol, you're giving me motivation to start reading.
Yeah. Oh, no, not the fucking I was like, what is this? Sorry, that was from last stream. That was from last stream. Lol. Just ignore that, guys. Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about it. Was when I couldn't tell the difference between like all these women because sorry, my bad. But yeah, it's and before I started reading again, when I used to have to travel, travel a lot for work, pirate work, obviously, haha. But before I got back into reading again, I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I had like an Audible subscription, which I highly recommend. Listening to audiobooks is just as valid of a reading. What do you call it? Just as valid. I can't even speak. Just as valid as reading like paperback books. Experience. There you go. Thank you very much. Like for me, I wish I could like collect books, but I live in a tiny little place and I just like, I can't. Like, where would I put that shit? You know, like, I don't even have shelves. Like, I just live in a little tiny little place. So for me, getting an ebook and not having to clutter up my place was a big thing for me, but I would love to collect books in the future. But audiobooks, yeah, are an entirely, like, that's a totally valid medium to consume your media in. Don't let anyone tell you anything different, okay? Fuck what everyone else thinks. You enjoy the shit you want to enjoy, how you want to enjoy it. I would love an audio. Oh, actually, I'm gonna send it in my chat right now. Hello at management. Hello. Audible. You're so right, besties. I knew I was missing something. They asked me about what sponsorships I'd like, and here you go. Oh yeah, you're so right. Yeah, also, can I say, I used to spend almost all my time in the library as a child, growing up, studying at the library, just at the library all the time. Ahoy! Hello. Fucking love libraries. Guys, support your local libraries. Support your local librarians. I love libraries. Guys, I love libraries. They are so important. Guys, I could go on like 50 million years. Libraries are so cool. And I'm sick of pretending they're not cool. Libraries are fucking cool and I love libraries. Yes, I went to the library during lunch to read like a fucking nerd. Like a fucking nerd. I loved libraries. I studied them all the time. I used to stay after school, after pirate school in them. Your mom's a librarian. She gave you a love of reading. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Like I would spend so much time in the library where like I would just walk around and because like back in the day, you don't have like as a kid, like you don't care about what book is good or not. You know, you just pick shit up off the shelves like, oh, this cover looks good. Like I'm not on Goodreads like, oh, this one's rated a 3.5. That's not enough. You know what I mean? Like you just go up and as a kid and you're like, oh, this one has a cool cover. Or like, oh, this one was on the floor. I might as well read it. Yeah, you guys make sure we're supporting our local libraries. If getting or buying books or buying the ebooks or whatever is like out of your reach, it's totally cool. I borrow a lot of my ebooks. You can borrow books from there. You can request books if they don't have it. It's just a great place. Love fucking libraries, okay, guys? I had a friend. What did I say had? I have a friend who's a librarian and she's just so cool and I just love her. Yeah, okay. Tangent aside. I'm getting back into reading, and as you know, the past like few years, book talk is a thing, all right? Reading on the internet is now cool again. Yippee! So now the girls be reading and sharing their stuff on YouTube and on TikTok and stuff. And so I was like, oh damn, I also want to read the stuff that everyone else is reading. Sorry, that's spoilers. I also want to read all the stuff that everyone else is reading. Reading is cool again, yippee! Why? Because I like to have opinions of what other people do on the internet. I like to have opinions of what other people are doing on the internet because I also want to be involved. I have mad FOMO all the time. So I thought we could look back at some of the books that I read during 2024 and some of the books that I read during 2024 and talk about them. This stream is so like my hyperfixation, like for me, you know? Thanks for dropping by already, I appreciate it. Mwah! If you just want to hear me laugh, that's also cool. Whatever. If you want me up, that's cool. I'm kind of, if you want to, I just wanted to talk about books today, you know? As you can see, I love this series. Wait, I don't want to spoil anything. I actually started reading the year before that. I started reading, one of my first books I started reading was recommendation from a friend who recommended that I read Mistborn. And with that, Brandon Sanderson. And I don't have Mistborn here because it was before I did my entire system.
Found this channel recently and wanted to say ahoy everybody.
Ahoy! Oh my god, Captain Zuckbeard! Thank you so much for the dinner, I really appreciate it. Ahoy, ahoy. Welcome to my hyperfixation stream. I love Mistborn. If I don't have it here, but I would love to reread it for the book club. I think Mistborn is one of my favorite fantasy books of all time. It is so well written. Brandon Sanderson just has such an incredible way with words, and the way that he sets up elements in the story to connect with each other later on, things that you wouldn't even think twice about. Like, I think that giving it a second read through would give me such a different experience, and I'm really excited to read it again. And I honestly think that, have you read the newest Brandon Sanderson book yet? Honestly, The Way of the Kings was a little difficult for me to read just because it's very, very, very lengthy. So if you are trying to get into high fantasy, I would say that Mistborn is a good kind of stepping stone because it's a little bit more geared toward YA a little bit. So it's a little bit more digestible, I would say. And if you're reading other books in the Cosmere saga in his universe, they're a little bit they're a little bit more difficult to kind of get into just because there is so much. Like his books are very, very long and can sometimes get a little bit hard. Yeah, the books are pretty intimidating. And I completely understand that if you want to get into high fantasy, it is a little bit like, whoa, that's like an 1,000+ page book and the font size is like 9, you know? Like, oh, that's a lot. I don't know if I can do that. And I totally understand, because imagine me reading that shit on my fucking phone, you know? It's just, but yeah, I think I got up to the 3rd book. Wait, I have to look at it. Yeah, it is, I will say it is 100% worth it. I enjoyed all of his books immensely. I just like, sometimes it's just like, whoa, I need to take a break a little bit. And that's cool. You know, that's completely fine. Actually, in the Stormlight archive, I did get up to Oathbringer. I did get up to Oathbringer. So I was in like the middle of Oathbringer and I was like, I need a break. Guys, I need a fucking break. Guys, I just need a bit. I just need a bit. I just need a fucking bit. Okay, I just need a bit. Yeah, the way that he cracks out books is kind of insane. But if you like fantasy, if you like high fantasy, 100% highly recommend. Go check out Brandon Sanderson. If it's too much for you to read something hefty like The Way of Kings, the Stormlight Saga, any other stuff, I highly recommend dipping your toe into Mistborn, which is my favorite book almost of all time. It is so fucking good and I love it so much. Shout out to my homie for recommending me Mistborn. We share, like, sometimes you have homies and like when they recommend you a movie or a book, you're like, yeah, they know that you'll like it, you know? It's like kind of one of those friendships. But yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of short stories just because I feel like they tend to be a little bit hit or miss. I guess they never miss her because it's, you know, I think that writing a short story is so much more difficult than writing like a full book because you have so much, I'm talking about Brandon Sanderson and like Mistborn, but I'm not that big of a fan of short stories because like the setup and the execution needs to be almost perfect for it to come across and hit the way it wants to hit, you know? Because there's so little time. There's so little time for you to establish plot, for you to build character development, and it's just, you know what I mean? So I feel like short stories for me are a little bit hit or miss, but I would love to check them out. Maybe in the future someday, you know? Yeah, we were talking about Mistborn, Brandon Sanderson. I don't have it on my little page here, but I will say that I really love him. And he's not on here, but I would really love to reread those stories with you so we can, I don't know, re-experience them together. We can share them together. Okay, so. I kind of want to go in order of how I read things. So I'm gonna scroll up a bit, but I don't want you guys to see my ratings. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Completed date. Huh. I only put in completed date for 2 of them. Nice job, Cersea. Nice job, Cersea. Well, fine. Wait, I don't wanna reveal it, you know? It has to be a surprise. Okay. Let's start off with, yeah, the book club is in Patreon. If you wanna join our little book club. I talk all the time. I talk all the time about book club. But yeah, I'm only really getting back into reading recently, so I feel like I've missed out on so many amazing books that have been released over the years. So if you have any recommendations, please pop them in the comment section down below. Join the book club, and then you get to have a say in what books to read. So it's all good fun. Let's start off with this book. Let's start off with this book. So this book is called Look at my little fucking reviews. Whatever. This book is called Check and Mate. So I'll just do brief reviews on this one. I don't want to spoil anything. So if you don't, I don't think that I spoiled anything in my little review. So hopefully it's okay. But this is one of the only romance books I read. I feel like personally, romance is also really hit or miss for me. There was another book I read that, yeah, Ali Hazelwood is very famous in the romance kind of novel space. I read also Red, White, and Royal Blue, but I actually ended up dropping it. Nothing against the book, but the premise of Red, White, and Royal Blue is that, just fucking hell. The premise of Red, White, and Royal Blue, okay, is about a British prince and the son of the US president. So believe me when I say there were a lot of like very specific British and American references in there that just flew over my /whoosh flew over my head. I was like, what is going on here? And obviously, like, it's a romance. It's a cute little like gay romance story, coming of age kind of thing. The premise is that like it's kind of like not enemies to lovers, but like they're put in a situation where they have to get along. And I just don't think it was for me. I just don't think it was for me. The whole, like, I know that like the entire political background to it is not the main purpose. Like, obviously it's there, but that's not what they're commenting on. But it just feels like, as a person that lives in the climate we live in, it's just a little bit hard to ignore the fact that there's a political premise to it. And as somebody that looks to books as a form of escapism, you know, so I dropped it. I mean, I think it was a really sweet, a really sweet book. I think it was written well. I just didn't think it was for me. Like, reading it, I was like, I just feel like it's just not for me. Like, I just feel like I'm not the target audience for this. And you know, that's not, no, this was not about Check and Mate. This was about Red, White, and Royal Blue. It was actually a show as well. That's why I wanted to read it, because it's like it was a show that was rated okay, and I wanted to like check it out. But yeah, so this one though, I did like. And I rated it 3.5 stars. It's about two chess champions. I don't know. So he's like a chess champion. And then she's was like a really big like chess player. And she's kind of just getting back into it. The thing I love about this book is the yearning. I love yearning in romance. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Mwah. Yearning. Mwah. Love yearning. Love to yearn. Me, when the man yearns eternally for the girl, like I just, mwah. I love when a man becomes incredibly pathetic, a little piece of weasel. I love it so much. The slow burn is something that I crave from reading Wattpad and AO3 fucking fanfics and stuff, all right? It's just how my brain works with romance. That's just what I like, okay? That's just what I like. I love a slow burn. I think if you're looking for something unserious, easy to read, lighthearted, the yearning is great, the slow burn is great, he fucking loves her, like he just on his knees. No, when I say pathetic, I mean like bumbling buffoon, like when like it's so obvious I love the trope where it's like, he's so obviously into her, but she's like, oh, like she can't see it. Or everyone else can see it except her, you know, like, chef's kiss. And it's just yearning, like yearning for her, worshipping her. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I love fucking, okay. Not a man, no, not a man failure. Just like a guy that respects and worships his girl, you know? Love that. Love, one of my favorite things. Love a slow burn, love a yearn. I also wrote, the only thing, this is so funny to me, the only thing that continually tears away from the book are the plethora of 2023 pop culture references that make me feel incredibly old and remind me I'm nearing the precipice of being the target audience for YA novels. Depressing. I'm so fucking, why did I write that? Why did I write it like that? And keep in mind, like, this is not even like for anyone else. I wrote this for myself. Me typing this up for myself. This book makes me fucking feel old. But yeah, sometimes when I read YA romance or fantasy, I'm just like, God, I am nearing the edge where I am the target demographic for this. And it's like, oh, whoa, you know, like, I don't know if I'm into this. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. But yeah, this was like a 3.5 to me. What do you saw yourself in the review? That's why it's like, why did I do this to myself? Anyways, how do I go back? I guess we'll have to do this every time. I guess we'll have to do this every single time. Okay. Next. Well, yeah, it kind of is self-inserty, right? That's like romance. I hope you like my little reviews too. They're fun to write. They're fun to write when there's no... when like you know they're not going to be read by anyone else. Well, except now, I guess. Okay, let's do the thing. Okay, let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. I'm sorry, okay? If you have been on the internet, if you have perused book talk or anything in any capacity, you will have seen this book, A Court of Thorn and Roses. I just wanted to fucking see what it was about, okay? What is everyone talking about? Why are we thirsting over this guy that is, it's just, I wish I wrote some quotes out. I wish I wrote quotes out for like the spicy scenes, because it's actually, I'm gonna read out some. Wait. I wish I wrote quotes for all of them. Oh, I wish I wrote quotes for all of them. I will do that in the future. But I lost, you know what's sad? I did have notes in my ebook and I lost them. I lost them. I really want to read to you an excerpt. Sorry. Can I? Can I? Wait. Wait, I kind of want to read you a quote of like the spicy, one of the spicy sorry. Okay, wait. Copy link address. Here we go. How scandalous of you. I'm an adult woman, okay? I don't know if I don't know if I can read this out loud. I'm not sure if I can read this out loud. Actually, I'm not sure if I can read this out loud, guys. I don't think I can. It's making me embarrassed a little bit. It's making me embarrassed a little bit. I can't wait. Actually, I can't. Wait, okay. Did I like the spice? Yeah. fucking, yeah. Fucking, okay. Okay. Okay, I'll read one that's not as spicy. Is it 18 plus? Yes. Please be 18 plus. Okay, I'll read one that's okay. Like, not as bad, okay? He brought his lips to my ear. I would have been gentle with you, though. I shuddered as I closed my eyes. Every inch of my body went taut as his words echoed through me. I would have had... I can't, please! I would have had you moaning my name throughout. And I'm sorry, I have to go. I can't, I have to go. I have to fucking go. I have to go. Oh my god. I actually fucking can't. I can't. It's just so fucking, like, it's so embarrassing to read aloud. It's so embarrassing to read aloud. This is one of those books. This is one of those series, and I understand if you don't like romantasy. I'm also a little bit of a skeptic of romantasy. I cannot read anything else. You guys will have to read it for yourself. Okay, I wrote very YA fantasy. But the thing is, sometimes it's okay. Sometimes I need a little YA fantasy in my life, okay? I just want a little romance. I don't care. I don't care if he pins her against the wall, you know? Yes, pin her against the fucking wall. Yes. Lean down and worship on your knees and worshipping her like the goddess she is. Yes. Make her a queen in your court. Yes. Yes. And look, I said the main character is very annoying in the beginning and throughout the book until she grows as a character, but such is the case for most angsty YA heroines. I think this is not my favorite book in the series. The second is my favorite book. The part of this that makes it fantasy is that it's about Fae. My nail just popped off. It's about Fae, but the Fae in this book are kind of like evil. Yeah, it's in the POV of the woman, and what happens is that in the beginning she lives in the human world, and she ends up. It's kind of an isekai, but she ends up doing something, and as a consequence, she has to live in the fairy world with this guy, with a prince of one of the courts. So in these courts, there's like different courts. So there's the spring court, summer, winter, autumn court, and then there's also the night court. I think day and something else. I don't fucking remember what it is. It's been a while since I've read it. But I honestly think the premise is incredibly interesting. There's like different dynamics and relationships, political kind of tensions between each court. And there's like there's a very interesting and what's the word? Very interesting and really likable characters that I think really grow on you. But this obviously is not my favorite book in the series. It's kind of a build-up, and once I read this one, Romeo and Juliet vibes, because it's very, I think that this particular book, this one, the first one in the series, is really enemies to lovers feels. You know, they start off really butting heads against odds with each other. it's very, you know, a court of thorns and roses, you know, thorns in their sides and stuff. Yeah. I think that this is a little slow to pick up. I definitely agree. But when it picks up, I could not stop reading it. And overall, I had a really good time. And I don't care. I don't care that it's popular and that, you know, it's a YA fantasy, a romantasy. Okay, I don't care about it. I had a good time, and sometimes that's all you need, okay? I need a good silly time, and the little spicy scenes sprinkled in, you know what? I enjoyed them. Sue me, okay? Sue me, I enjoyed them. I felt like as I read it, they were deserved. Like, you know, sometimes people sprinkle in spicy scenes and it's just like, I feel like I'm just reading porn. Guys, I feel like this is just smut. You know, I think this is just smut. But with this, it felt like the progression of their relationship, it was a natural progression to, you know what I mean? Like all the scenes that are in there made sense. Okay? 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 Okay. Okay. I enjoyed this. I gave it a 4. Because I enjoyed it. I think in terms of writing, some people may not give it that high, but I really like it. I actually really liked Sarah J. Maas's writing. I haven't read her other books. I know she has another series that is also YA fantasy, but I haven't read it. Yeah, I haven't read it. So, moving on from that one, the second book, A Court of Mist and Fury. This is my favorite in the entire series. I think it's a lot of people's favorite. This is the second out of 4. Out of 4 of them. This is my absolute favorite. I have little icons for all of them too. So I would say the main character in the first one is incredibly fucking annoying. And there is something, like, as I've grown up, there is a trope of annoying, angsty YA heroines. And I understand that it's kind of like I'm not your damsel in distress. I'm out there in the wild. I'm not like other girls. I can shoot a bow and arrow and yeah, I don't like twinkly dresses and you can't blink your eyes and flirt with me and have me fall at your feet. And it's just like, okay, we get it. You're not like other girls, okay? But I really feel like her character growth shines in this moment. It's just very like Katniss Everdeen coded, you know? It's just very Katniss Everdeen coded. I just think that the entire cast is so well written. This is where her writing shines so much. I would recommend you read this series just to read this one fucking book. Yeah, it's very Manic Pixie Dream Girl, but in a different, it's kind of like a different subsection of Manic Pixie Dream Girl. I don't want to spoil anything because my review kind of spoils it a little bit, but I gave it a 4.5. I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I think that like it really gives a different perspective to all the decisions and kind of events that happen in the first book. It's like, wow, now looking at them in a different lens, oh, that changes things, you know? So it's just like, and I love the supporting cast of this book in particular so much. So much. So much. It's really well written. Everyone is lovely and really enjoyable. Really spicy scenes in that one. I think you'll enjoy it if you're looking for a good time. This one, the next one I rated a 4. What did I say about it? Not as great as Court of Mist and Fury, but still a great read. Particularly love the first section of the book because I love evil and conniving women. I don't want to read the rest because it's a little bit spoilery. But yes, I love evil, conniving, calculating women doing their shit. It's good stuff. This one is in the middle, A Court of Frost and Starlight. That one was, I don't know why. I don't know why I read it. That one was so, why am I even here? It's just, yeah, it was just, this is a filler episode. You don't have to fucking read this one. It's whatever. And then this one. I have so many opinions about A Court of Silver Flames. Did I like this book? No, I did not like it. I did not like it. I think you could just read the first 3 books and end it there, okay? The first 3 books, and then this is like a beach episode, filler episode where they're doing nice, fun stuff. This one is a bad time. But, to caveat that, I liked this book for its representation of depression and trauma and PTSD. I think this does a really great job of capturing, as someone that has struggled with those things in particular, I think it did a great job of capturing the ugliness that is associated with those mental illnesses. The pushing away of people that care about you, the cruelties, the almost destruction of self to protect the people that care about you. And I have never felt so relatable to the main character when she is nothing but an asshole. No, girl, it's totally okay. It's totally okay. All in hindsight. But it's very like, if you have been in like a dark period of your life before, but the thing is, like, I couldn't even recommend this book to you because you gotta read the other ones first. Like, as a standalone, I think it doesn't hold up. As a addition to the rest of the series, I think it's worth reading because I think that it does a really great job of showing her growth as a character. I think it does a really great job of showing how community, how people that love and care for you can break down those walls, about how you can pick yourself up from the very fucking pit of the bottom of, like, I don't know, Tartarus or some shit, and you can still pick yourself up no matter how absolutely horrible you have been to the people you love, and it's okay. And it just, like, her character growth was great. Why is there so much smut? It, like, made me angry. It made me so fucking angry. I genuinely got so pissed off. Like, in between these really beautifully conducted and written scenes about, like, how she had this mental struggle with wanting to reach out, but not wanting to hurt the people that are close to her. And then there's just smut. And it's just like, I don't care. I don't fucking care. Oh my God, it pissed me off so much. And it's like, okay, the first few times, okay, yeah, you know, cool, yeah, cool. All right. And then it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Look, all right? I'm not saying I'm against smut, all right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. It's just like so disproportionate. So disproportionate to everything else. Okay. So disproportionate. Fade to black. Okay, but that's my review of the ACOTAR series. Yes. Yes. A little bit. I mean, some of it was like, I think some of it was done really well. And I think the other part of it was done for fan service. And the fan service, I think, was a little gratuitous. But I understand if people like that. I get it. I understand if that's your thing. It just wasn't personally my favorite. I think the first 3, you can finish there. All good. You're not going to miss anything. So, moving on. Sorry, this stream is literally just me fucking yapping. The first book that we read for the first book that we read for book club was The Name of the Wind. I liked this book. I liked it. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. What I wrote as a comment, it was good, but not enough to make an impression on me. And I think that's very, very true to how I feel about it. I think that I especially really loved the beginning of it. And it made me really feel for the character. I think we'll talk about it more in depth in book club because we haven't had a chance to kind of catch up yet. But I think it let me down in the end, especially. And overall, I think this one was a really big, you can tell this is a book that is setting up stuff. It was really slow to start, and then once it got into it, I liked it. But you can tell this is set up, you know? There's no juice in this one just yet. You know, this is training arc style. I liked it. I think I would read the second one just to kind of see how the character goes, how he progresses and stuff. But I'm upset because this was rated like a 4.5 on Goodreads, you know? It's supposed to be really, really good. And I think some parts of it were really well written and I really liked it. I actually quite liked the book part. I obviously really love a magical school, you know? All right, okay. I've had enough trauma from magical school stuff. All right, there's enough there's enough childhood fucking. Like, look, okay, we're not talking about no magical schools. Yeah, so I was a little bit disappointed because a lot of people talk about this book as being like the book. You have to read Kingkiller. You have to read the Kingkiller Chronicles. And I read the first one and I was like, oh, it was good, but it wasn't great. So I think I would give it like a 3.5. I think I will read the second one, but I just, you know. Yeah. Yeah, and this one is also perma limbo. Like he wrote the first one, the second one, and there's no third one. There's no third one. So it just, like, I don't know if I want to even pick it up because there's nothing left. You know what I mean? Like, come on. There's been enough time. Crank out the next one, please. Crank it out. But yeah, that's how I feel about that one. It's a little bit disappointing, but yes. The next one we have is, I don't know. I genuinely don't know because this is the first time that I've read a book from this particular author and he just hasn't written the third one. I hope he's okay. I hope he's all right. Next. I think it goes The Cruel Prince and then The Wicked King. I didn't write anything for this. Did I write anything for the other one? I remember how it made me feel. That's enough, I think. So I think it goes The Cruel Prince and then The Wicked King. So if you like evil fae, if you like fae that are fucking evil, like creatures, like I'm talking Spiderwick Chronicles ass fairies, you know, not like pretty little sparkly in the sunshine kind of stuff. These guys are evil. Evil fairies. This book is for you. This book is for you. I think it's fun because I love when fairies are evil. As I love supernatural beings that are inherently evil, inherently cruel and evil and conniving and mean. And it's just like, that's just how they are. That is just the way their world works. And what makes them evil? Their culture, their society, the fact that, wait, where am I? What's going on? She co-wrote Spiderwick? Well, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, it's, what was I gonna say? Have you read the Dresden Files? I haven't. Yeah, but yeah, it's a very dog-eat-dog world. Like, they're very cruel to each other. They're even crueler towards humans. They think that humans are like second-class citizens, you know? Like, they think that humans are dog shit. Like, it's It is kind of insane, it's called the Cruel Prince, you know? So let this be a grain of salt. If you want to be in for a good time, this is not it. This is, go back now. This is not a good time. This is X, big X. If you want to have a good fun time, this is not a good fun time. All right, this is not a good fun time. If you're in for an interesting time, this may be it. If you want an interesting time. Look, could I recommend this book to you? I'm not sure. I'm not sure myself if I enjoyed this book, but for the life of me, I could not put it down. The characters, I don't think I liked a single character in this entire series. I don't think I liked a single character. Everyone is unlikable and mean and cruel, but that's just how the world is. And then as you read it, you're just like, oh yeah, that's some fairy shit again. That's just some fairies doing bullshit fairy stuff. It's hard because it's like their ethicality and the moralities that are based in the world that they live in are so different to what is okay or considered okay for us. Yeah, so it's very like, I would say it's pretty dark. There is a scene in there that I think can be a little triggering. Like it's just like she straight up just has a bad time all the time. So basically the premise is that she's a human. She's a human who lives in a world of fairies. So in this world where fairies already think of her of less than, you know, she's trying to fit in, trying to find her place, trying to be something. But inherently as a human, she's not as powerful as them. She's not as beautiful as them. And obviously she's not as cruel as they are. So it's about her trying to find her footing, trying to find power in a system, in a society where she has none. And obviously, as a premise, that is pretty dark. Obviously, she's going to have to go through a bad time. But there's something about the way that Holly Black writes that is so engaging that I cannot for the life of me like figure out. I think you would have to read it. I think you would have to read it to understand, but it's just, will I be mad at the end? I think it was a pretty good end. And the thing with this one, I think romance as a main plot is a little bit difficult for me to grasp because it has to hit home really hard. Like you have to really hit it out of the park for me to rate a romance really high. I like romance as a subplot. Yeah, I think I would say this is at least a 4-star book. It's well written. It's a good read that you wouldn't be able to put down. I put this one at 3.5 star because I hate the characters. And just because I hated the shit out of the characters and the main, you know, but she does such a good job of writing unlikable characters. You know, like you can't even be mad because the way that they think, like the way that they're acting, it makes sense for the world that they live in. So you can't even be actually mad. Like they're not, like it makes sense, you know? The same thing, literally the same thing goes for the next book, The Wicked King. It's almost like the same thing. It's the same thing. I would say it's a little bit more likable than the second one. You get a little, you get payoff because obviously it's the end. But I think if you like evil ass shit, if you like evil ass stuff, if you like evil fae, if you like evil conniving women, this is the book for you. It is a constant, like, the thing I like about this book is that, like, there is a romance subplot, but the romance is very enemies to lovers. And when I mean enemies, I mean enemies to lovers. enemies. I hate when it's enemies, but it's like, he was mean to me what? No, enemies to lovers. They are enemies. He hates her fucking guts. I love that. I love that shit. It's enemies to lovers where it's like, I hate her so much, I can't stop thinking about her. Yes! Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. 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 That is... I want to kill her so bad. I can't stop fucking thinking about her. I'm like obsessed with her, writing her name down in freaking journals and shit. Like, yes, yes, he is obsessed with her. And he's like, oh, it must be because I hate her. No, baby. Oh, no, baby. Oh, you got the yearn. You got the yearn real good. But yeah, romance is not the main plot here. It is a subplot, but it is well written. It is so well written. The subplot of romance is so well written. You will love it. The tension is there. I love that. Oh my God, there is a whole let's panic, get rid of it. No, honestly, the thing I love about this is that they are such intellectual and emotional, like, they are so intellectually and emotionally on the same level with each other that it's such a back and forth every single time that they meet and interact. It's very like, oh, she gets one time, he wins the next one. It's such like a turbulent relationship that it just keeps you on the edge of your seat. And look, but the fairies are assholes and everyone's an asshole. So that's what I'll say about that one. If you're into that, I would recommend it. Otherwise, you know, if you want like a little bit of a lovely time, I'm not sure if this one is for you. You know, I'm not sure if this one is for you. But yeah, I recommend it. I liked it. Reading it, I was in pain. I was like, fuck, this book is so annoying. But I still read the entire thing, all of it in a row. Great. So good. Yeah, well, they're arguing a lot. They must be really good friends. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna fucking tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Ugh. But yeah, that's also one of the books. The Cruel Prince and the Wicked King are also books that were really popular for, what do you call it? They're really popular on like Book Talk and stuff. Okay, next one. Next one. This is one of my only 5-star books. I might even cry thinking about it. If I could recommend any romance book to you, this is the romance book. I have never felt this way about a book about two people before. This is yearning, but to the nth degree. Okay, the synopsis. The synopsis is about two authors. So they're both authors and they write different things, right? So the girl writes fantasy erotica, and the guy writes like critically acclaimed abstract artsy books, you know? It's about how they have had a relationship. When I say relationship, I mean like they knew each other. Like they had things that connected them to each other earlier in life. And it's about them re-finding each other when they're adults. And oh my God, I don't know how to describe it in a way that comes across like that gives this justice. Let me read the synopsis for y'all. Yeah, so it's about them like meeting up again and not rekindling, but like relearning and getting to know the adult versions of each other, how they have grown from the teenagers that they knew each other were in the past, about it's just like, it's about like them meeting as adults and being two different people, but still finding connection and this undeniable chemistry in a way that it's like they can't pull themselves apart from each other. And it's about this like undeniable yearning that they have had through. It's just so, I don't know how to explain it in a way that like love across eras, love finding a way, love, I don't know. Okay, okay, look. It's called 7 Days in June, and it's about the 7 days where they meet up with each other again. And they rekindle their relationship. And it's also about the 7 days that they once knew each other in. Those 7 days back when they were kids, back when they only had each other to support one another. About that turbulent week that they had, where the only comfort that they had in such a turbulent time in their lives was each other, and how that was torn away, and them re-finding each other years and years and years later as adults, and them spending another 7 days together. And it deals with PTSD and trauma and family issues and drug abuse in a way that is so, I would say this is very, very, very big trigger warning. Okay, very, very big trigger warning. If any of those subject matters are like tough spots for you, I wouldn't recommend going in this, but it is such a beautiful read about, like, I don't want to spoil it. You know what I mean? I don't want to spoil it, but it's just like, I have never cried so much. Like, I have never felt so personally connected, so personally like hurt by the hurts that they go through, the pains that they share together. Like, having somebody, even if it is in the toxicity that you share with each other, to lean on during those turbulent times, it is such an intimate and like unshakable bond that you like share with someone. Like, I don't know if when you trauma bond with someone, it is like you guys are fucking unshakable now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and them finding each other now as adults, as successful authors, as woman with a kid, and coming to grips that they are not those teenagers anymore. They are different people who have grown from those events, but those events have still shaped them to the point where, like, I'm talking about yearning to the nth degree. Yearning as in, like, they are riding that 1 week that they spent together has sat with them and has kind of, what is it called? Impacted them such to a point that they are searching for them in the works that they write. Like, yearning so much. It's so much fucking yearning. And and the ending is so, it's not like a happy ending, but it's a realistic one. It's like, it's a believable one. And I hope that kind of sells you. I rate this book 5 stars. I rate this book 5 stars. It is absolutely fucking heartbreaking. If you have any sort of aversion to any of the triggers that I mentioned before, do not read it. Do not read it. It is pretty heavy, but I think it is so beautifully written. Such a beautiful, beautiful work. Yes! looking for them in their own works, relating like aspects of their life to them. Like it's just like, it's just, guys, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I really recommend this one. It's so well written. It's just, this is very realist. I think this is the least escapist one that I have here. And the rest is like fantasy. It's really fucking good, man. When I think about this book, I'm like, wow, I can't, man. Wow. Actually, I think I wrote something about this. Give me a sec. Give me a segundo. Per favor. I wrote a thing about them. I'm gonna read it to you. Sometimes you read stories, and it feels like the author is speaking directly to you. When I read about Eva and Shane, my heart aches for them. Their shared pain, and I feel seen. Now that the author has lived this, the way she describes the desperation, the codependency, she knows what it's like to be in so much pain that you seek anything at all to drown it out, like an entire other person, until you're both drowning together in a poison-filled state, bleeding into each other. But at least you're not alone. I wrote other stuff, but I think it's a little bit, it might be a little spoilery. They both know that they have trauma. They aren't perfect and are working on themselves because they've been taught that they don't deserve love. Their trauma separates them and pulls them back together, because who could love someone so broken, or someone that destroys everything around them? Maybe that's it. Maybe love isn't conditional. Despite those imperfections, they are still deserving of the love they have for each other. And just because we're hurt and have been hurt by others, it doesn't mean everyone will hurt us in return. It's that first step that's the hardest, being vulnerable enough to let someone see the deepest and darkest parts of you and still say yes to you every single time. So that you grow together choosing each other, rather than choosing to face it alone like you've always done. Maybe that's love. Choosing someone and them. Choosing you forever. Jeez, I was fucking spitting, bro. That's how much that shit fucking meant to me. I highly recommend. Please read it. Guys, that was my review. I highly recommend it. I didn't even have time to write it in here because I wrote it on my phone after I read it because I was like, I have to fucking say something. I have to fucking say something. Yep. I hope that was enough to convince you. I love this book. I literally thought that was a critic summary. I am a critic. No, I'm not a critic. I'm just a bibliophile. I'm not a bibliophile. I am just a book enjoyer. I am an enjoyer of books. I couldn't read it because it was my voice wasn't moving because it was on my phone. But yeah, when I feel really strongly about it, I'm like, I have to write it down. I have to write something down. That's how I felt about that book, and I really recommend it. If you read anything on this book, if you read anything on this list, let it be that one. Or let it be this one. I love Red Rising. Yeah, that was my review. Did it hit? Did you like? This is my favorite series. Be articulate. I do be reading. Guys, I do be reading. I know how to read. That's crazy. This is one of my favorite books in the entire world. This Mistborn, 7 Days in June, my favorite books in the entire world. If I made you read any sci-fi series, it would be this one. I love Red Rising. Yeah, you guys forget because I'm a fucking VTuber, but I do have the vernacular for it. Look, pirates reading? Never. It could not be me. I love this book so much. This is a sci-fi, dystopian kind of novel, and it's written by Pierce Brown and Look. Red Rising is so fucking good. And the thing about this book, the thing about this series is that Pierce Brown, the way that his writing improves over the series of these books is almost insane. Is actually fucking insane. Like, you read the first book and you're like, wow, this guy's really good at writing. And then he gets better. And it's like, what? I thought you were good before. And it's just... Oh, I don't know if I... There's a little bit of spoilers. Okay. So basically, Red Rising is a sci-fi novel. Oh God, I don't know how to... Okay, I'll just read my reviews. Though the book draws similarities to the Hunger Games in its dystopian setting, division of classes, murder game plot, it would be a disservice to lend it to that comparison. I think on a very, very surface level, yes, you could say that it is similar to Hunger Games in the premise, in the inspiration, but that is as far as you could go. It is like, and I have nothing against the Hunger Games. I loved the Hunger Games as a kid, okay? I read the Hunger Games like a motherfucker. I loved that shit so much. I have nothing against the Hunger Games. This is just for adults, okay? I feel like this is like, it takes the premise, inspiration, the deep, oh my God, it takes the intricacies of this society that they've built, and it really, really dives deep into how a society that is built in this way affects the very, very lowest tier of... It's just so fucking good. I don't know how to explain this to you in a way that will make you read it. I will say that, like, okay, how do I... Wait. So basically, this series is about a society very, very much in the future where they live on Mars. Basically, they kind of live on Mars, right? Society has crumbled. They've rebuilt it so that everyone is divided into classes, right? Based on colors. And at the very, very bottom are reds. And they're called reds because they work and dig up and work towards, what do you call it? Building Mars to be an inhabitable place for the rest of the squishier little colors that can't deal, with the harsh reality of Mars. So they're working because they're reds, because Mars is red. They're digging, they're terraforming it, they're making it hospitable for everyone else. Until the main character learns that, oh my God, I don't want to spoil anything. This is one of those books that I truly believe if you go in blind, you will have the best time. I love going to series blind and then like people just being like, it's a sci-fi, you'll love this. I'll be like, bet, I will read it. No context needed. That's all I need to know. Yeah, if I make you guys read anything, read this series. Please read this, please. It is so beautifully well written. The way that Pierce Brown writes tickles my little literary brain. Okay, it tickles my little brain so fucking much. The way that he uses metaphors, he uses symbolism, everything is purposeful. Every action, every event has a place and a repercussion and a consequence. There's always an action and a reaction to things, and it's just everything is set up in a way. It reminds me similarly, very, very similarly, of the way that Brandon writes, but not at all in a way that like compares to Brandon. It's in a way that like you can tell that they thought this shit through. They sat down and they planned this shit. It's very like the curtains were blue because she was sad. That's how much they're thinking about this shit. They're called reds because Mars red, because they're mining. The mines make their hands red, iron oxide staining their hands, physical fucking representation of their lower class in society. My bro, my fucking bro. Some people have the critique that the main character of this series is a little bit of a Mary Sue. And to that I say, you are fucking wrong, because he has flaws, and the flaws that he has are inherent to how he has grown up as a red in this society. He will never be... Okay, basically, the premise is that the guy's a red, something happens to him. Something happens, and now he has to infiltrate the highest echelon of society, which is gold. So imagine you are little ant guy. You're little ant guy mining and shit, and then suddenly you have to parade around as something that you are so not. It is. Oh, thank you for dropping by, guys. I really appreciate it. It's like, and the class system here is not just like in Hunger Games where it's like, okay, you guys live here, you guys live there, and stuff like that. You guys are in charge of different things. There is that. They live in different areas. They're in charge of different aspects of society. Obviously, the red are in charge of mining. I think the greys are... I think they were soldiers or something like that. I forgot, whatever. But like they are so different in the way that they're almost bred and like in this aspect of space, they have like enhancements as well. So it's almost a little bit like cyberpunky. But it's like they are so different to the very like bones that they're made up of. And like it's just the pain that here, it's not, they're just wrong, okay? They're fucking wrong. The only thing I will say about this is I think that the series is pretty gratuitous in its violence. If you are squeamish, if that stuff triggers you in terms of violence towards yourself, others, gore, body horror, do not read this. Do not read this. It's pretty... It gets pretty fucked up. I would love to read this series with you. It's one of 3. There's a first part and a second part. I think the second book is actually my favorite. This is the first part. It's really good. All of them are really good. The second one is... which is the second one? Is it Golden Sun? Or is it Morning Star? Yeah. Yeah, so it's a 3-part series and then a 4-part series. The 3-part series ends so perfectly that I did not want to continue. I haven't read the rest of the 4. I think there's still one more that has to come out, but it's just... Whew. I had to take a break, but I would love to read it with you guys. I don't know if... Look, I have so many thoughts about this series. I would love to do a full analysis about it. I literally started to write an entire analysis video because I loved this series so much. I had so much to say about it. I would love to read it with you guys. I would love to read it. This is one of my favorite sci-fi books of all time. If you have any recommendations for sci-fi books that are in any way similar, please tell me, because I fucking love it so much. There is so much I want to say about this book and series, and there are so many interwoven themes and ideas that link back to each other. From the very beginning, everything links back, everything is connected, everything is built upon and woven together in such an intricate tapestry that is so well crafted, and it just tickles my little fucking literary brain so much. In pirate school, English, this is so silly and stupid. In pirate school, English was my best subject. English and literature were my best subject. And then in uni I studied, like, whatever. Okay, anyways. The characters feel so full and flawed, and I find myself becoming incredibly attached to them. The way that he writes characters who are likable, but yet so flawed. I just cannot. Please read this book. 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 Okay, next one. We have two more. We have two more to go. So, the next one, this is a YA fantasy. Six of Crows. It was good. I really liked it. If you liked Mistborn, I think you will like this. It leans more YA fantasy. Leigh Bardugo wrote Shadow and Bone, I believe. I think that's what it is. There's like a TV series on it. I'm not sure. But I liked this one. I would say that it doesn't hold... I didn't like it as much as Mistborn. I would say that her writing leans and tends to lean more YA, whereas Brandon leans more high fantasy. And I think I just am not the target demographic anymore. The same as when I read Check and Mate. I read it and I'm like, ooh, I feel like I'm nearing the age where I'm no longer the target demographic of this book. But I still found it incredibly enjoyable. It's about a heist. It's about 6 outcasts who are different, who have their own different flaws and strengths. It's fun. I fucking love Kaz. Ah! Don't even get me started. God, don't get me started, man. Don't get me fucking started. Okay. But yeah, I think this was really good. I actually liked I have to keep clicking out. I actually liked the second one more than the first one. Where is my... Well, I guess I didn't write anything. I actually liked this one more than the second one. Some people like the first one more because it's more heist focused, but I like this one more because it focuses so much on the characters and their interactions with each other, and the way that they have grown, and the way that they have grown together, and how their relationships kind of flower, and the intricacies of like them and their job, and them all having different goals and reasons for doing what they do, and how that starts to clash. And it's just, I think that the second one is better than the first one, but obviously you have to read the first one to get the setup for the characters for the second one. I think it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. It was really good. Something really similar to this one. I don't really have a lot to say about it. I think it was just a really good read. I had a lot of fun. It didn't really like make an impact on me or anything. It's just a good read. Something similar to this that a friend recommended to me was the Gentleman Bastard series. And I think that I like the Gentleman Bastard series more than Six of Crows. I don't know why I didn't write a fucking review. The Gentleman Bastard series by Scott Lynch. It is also a heist story. So the first one is called The Lies of Loch Lamora, and it's very good. It's also a heist, but I think that... So it's a heist story, but it's more about... it's about like a kid who has to fight from the very, very bottom. An orphan who is like an orphan and found family and scrounging on the streets and, you know, building up this found family and them working together to like, if you hate capitalism, if you are a capitalism hater, you have to read The Lies of Loch Lamora. You have to read The Lies of Loch Lamora because, like, the way that they're like, yeah, we do our job to humble the rich. And I'm here like, yeah, guys, yeah, this is the shit. This is the shit. Like, like, it's heist, but in a way where they're, like, stealing from the rich to give to me. Stealing from the rich to give to me. The less fortunate, aka me, you know? Like, really liked this one. I don't know why I didn't do a review on this one. Really liked it. The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. I'm actually reading the second one right now, which is Red Seas Under Red Skies, which is apparently about pirates. So that's fun. But yeah, it's and it's the way, I think the thing about the Six of Crows that kind of takes me out of it sometimes is that, like, they're good, but they're good in ways that are like a little Mary Sue sometimes, you know? When I think of like The Lies of Loch Lamora, like all of the stuff that they're good at is stuff that they've practiced, you know? Like they're like, oh, like he's good at, this guy is particularly good at card tricks, or this guy is like, they've like learned to deceive people because it kind of makes sense, you know? I think there is a little bit of suspension of disbelief in Six of Crows. I mean, I think that's kind of the case for any kind of heist book in that kind of, I don't know, realm of writing. I do think that The Lies of Loch Lamora is a little bit easier to believe in terms of that. I really love the premise of it. I fucking love found family. The thing about these heist books that really gets me is that it's always like a bunch of misfits finding each other and a common goal. And like them finding solace and comfort in people that they didn't think they could find relation to. It's just fucking good. Just fucking good. It's so good. And obviously, the Gentleman Bastard series, The Lies of Loch Lamora, is really good because it's just like, yeah, so our job is to keep the rich on their toes, you know, to keep them humbled. Because like, who would believe that they would get all their money stolen by a bunch of like orphans and shit? No one would believe you, you know? I think it's great. It's really, really well written, a really good time. Yeah, I love found family. Love that shit so much. And finally today, let's talk about this book, Cersea. Obviously, if you haven't connected all the dots, all right? If you haven't connected all the dots, Cersea, yeah, if you hate capitalism, you'll love The Lies of Loch Lamora. Like, can I just say? Cersea is something I read a while ago, and I reread it recently because it's one of those books to me that is like I will always go back to this book. I will always go back to this book. And the reason is because I wrote here. Love this book. Obviously love the myth and tales that surround Cersei and the Odyssey. Y'all know that. I relate so deeply and profoundly to Cersei, her anger, her vanity, and her deep-seated need to find purpose in her immortal life, not wife. She does not have a wife. I find the author's ability to explore the relationships between someone that inherently despises her divinity and the mortals that have to bend ceaselessly to God's wills. TLDR, the gods are all assholes, the mortals are all assholes, Cersei's an asshole, everyone's a fucking asshole. It's good shit. Ahoy, how you doing? I don't think that you need to have a base knowledge of the Odyssey, of Iliad, of Homer's poems or whatever. Will it help you? Yes, I think having a baseline of what those stories surround will help you be like, oh my god, yeah, it's like that part. Yeah, and everything connects and stuff, you know? But if you don't know, I don't think it will take away from your experience. So if you didn't know, my name, Cersei, is taken from this chick here. This chick, lol. But yeah, my name was taken from Cersei. If you don't know, Cersei is like a witch / a sorceress. She is the daughter of Helios and a nymph. So she's like a goddess, but kind of like half divinity. So she's like a mortal, and she finds power in witchcraft, sorcery, and stuff. Turn dudes into pigs, very much so. Lore drop, yeah. I find myself, like, I relate a lot to Cersei, and I think that I fuck with Cersei a lot because, like, this is a little bit, like, not pick me, but a little bit, like, angsty of me, okay? But when I read this, sometimes you just want to be an angsty little guy. But I related a lot to the fact that even in her divinity, the fact that she was, like, fucking, like, a goddess and stuff, she never felt like she fit in with the other gods that she surrounded herself with, the other divine beings. And I love the way that this book, I love the way that Madeline writes gods. I love how she writes the differences and highlights the huge kind of gaps of life and morality between mortality and those that have divinity. And it's about how, like, Cersei, who has been born into this place with power, with privilege, still cannot find it in her to belong in this place. And it's about, like, how she is an inherently incredibly flawed being, and she makes decisions that are rash, that are of benefit to herself. And it's like, I love that she's such an imperfect character, and that, like, you can relate to her. You can relate to being jealous of someone. You can relate to, like, being angsty because you don't fit in, or, like, other people don't fucking understand you, or you feel like you're the black sheep of your family, you know? Like, it just, it just, and I love so much that she's so independent in her strength, in her power, the things that she has built for herself, she's done it herself, you know? And when like, the power that she holds is not just in her divinity that she's born with, but the hard work that she's put into her sorcery, her potions, the shit that she's built, like the animals that she's tamed, the fucking herbs and gardens that she's built upon, the freaking power that she holds over mortals, the sexual fucking, the power that she exudes. It's just fucking, she's just so cool, bro. I really fuck with her a lot. Like, I really, really fuck with, like, she's such a girl boss, and I fuck with her so hard. Yeah, and I love that, like, you guys know that I've said again and again that I love an evil, conniving woman. And it's like, she is like, I don't think she's evil, but she has her own reasons for doing the things she does. And obviously, like, it's not correct. Like, it's not like the way that she does things is ever seen as like a good thing. And I love that the way the author writes about gods, because they're all assholes. And I really love the dichotomy of how Cersei almost yearns for the mortality, for the change that mortals are able to undergo, because gods in themselves as immortals are unchanging. And I think that's a really, really strong kind of premise that sets itself and makes itself known front and center stage from the very beginning. That she looks towards mortals and she sees them and she yearns that the fact that they can change their destinies, the fact that they have power over the very small, fickle lives that they hold, and yet here she is, immortal, with all her power, and yet she herself has remained unchanged, stuck in this place for so long. Oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that very interesting? It's just really good. I really enjoy this book. I love Cersei as a character. She a bad bitch. I think I will definitely read the rest of Madeline Miller's books. She also wrote The Song of Achilles, which I would love to read. But yeah, that is the list of books that I've read for 2024, including some that I didn't picture here. I am currently reading The Night Circus. It's really fun. I like it a lot, actually. Love a little magic. Love a little silly thing. Thank you for listening to me yap for 2 hours straight about my hyper fucking fixation. I would love to do this again. What's this one about? It's about a circus at night. I haven't gotten that far enough yet. It's about a circus at night. But the circus is different. It's like, I will get back to you on it, okay? I'm not sure yet. I've only read, I think, like 16% in. It's about a circus, and it's only open at night. Okay, they're still building it up. I haven't learned anything else yet. Don't fucking at me, okay? I'm working on it. I really like how the prose is written so far. That's all I'll say, I guess. This is oh, apparently it's romance. I didn't know that. I thought it was just fantasy. I hope you guys enjoyed the little stream. I feel like this stream was for me. I feel like this stream was inherently supposed to be a membership stream, and it was supposed to inherently just be like, I don't know, a little bit of a comfort thing. I think I will stream tomorrow. We're doing, I was planning to do the rest of the Skellywag sketches, but I'm just gonna take it one day at a time and see how I feel. I was feeling okay today, so I really wanted to stream and talk to everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here. I know that I haven't really been as consistent with the streams. I think it's been really rough. If you haven't already, please feel free to join like the Discord, chat with the other Skellies. I try to update you guys on there first. Like if streams will be up, or if there are any changes to streams, any cancellations, any like guerrilla streams and stuff like that, I'll announce it on the Discord first, just because I kind of hate Twitter. So make sure that you join so that you can catch up with other Skellies and stuff. I just wanted to share the stuff that I love with you guys. I think it's easier to talk about stuff like this because it's I just kind of like spiral into it, and I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing me yap, and you had you got a few nice suggestions for books. Let me know if you end up reading any of the books that I have read or suggested, or if you have any recommendations for me yourself. If you would like to read along with us, we do have a little book club that we're starting up again soon. That'll be hosted on the Patreon, so make sure that you go check that out if you haven't. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for your patience, your understanding. It really means a lot to me. So thank you so much. I really care, y'all. I hope that you guys had a good Lunar New Year if you celebrate, and make sure to take care of yourselves and take care of the people that you care about around you. Thank you for listening
Really
to
love
me
just
yap.
hearing you yapping about your interests.
It's so funny because I think that when I yap about the things that I'm interested in, I think that's where my personality really shines the most. You know, when it's very like when you hear someone talk about the stuff that they're passionate about, it's like you can see them light up and you can really like engage and connect with them. And that's something that I really love sharing, especially when I talk about the media that I love. So I love fucking books so much. I hope we can do the same for different movies and stuff. So I encourage you guys to share like what your favorite books are, how you feel about them, because I don't know, I feel like media makes such a huge impression on me, and I look back and I think about like what I was going through when I read that and the impression that it made on me, how it made me feel, and it just this is what art is, you know? This is what sharing media is about, and I just it means a lot to me. So thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you all. I hope that you enjoyed my little stinky yap sesh. I know that it wasn't like anything formal, and it was a bit long and lengthy, but yeah. I guess I don't have anything else for you guys today. Thank you for hanging out. If you have any suggestions, pop them in the comment section. Join the Discord so we can hang out. And yeah, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys later. I wanted to try it, but I think it's a little bit cringe. Let's set sail together another time, shall we? Hope we can see each other again. Okay. Bye bye, guys. So see ya. I don't know, we'll work on it.